In African news, Hiroshima, as G7 host, wants calls for peace and nuclear arms abolition to be heard. The Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida chose Hiroshima to host the G7 summit because it is hometown, as he wants to send a strong message about the need for a world without nuclear weapons. As a result, Hiroshima will keep the memory of the 1945 atomic bomb alive and will convey a message about a total ban on the nuclear weapons. Beside to that, presence of Ukrainian president is likely to bolster G7 and NATO resolve to continue supplying weapons. So why Hiroshima was it chosen to host the G7? This is what we are going to know together in this video. Yes, at first look, the Japanese city hosting this year's Group of Seven summit is not the clearest choice for a high stakes gathering of world leaders. In population terms, it doesn't even crack the top 10 Japanese metropolises, and compared with the frantic bustle of Tokyo, the center of Japan's political, economic, and cultural life, this southwestern seaport city is practically sleepy. But the economic importance and size that Hiroshima has a deficiency in it makes up for in symbolism and its historic connection to an issue close to the heart of Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida. As the United States threw the atomic bomb little boy on Hiroshima on August 6, 1945, murdering an estimated 140,000 people and turning the theory of nuclear warfare into a horrible reality. Signs of the nuclear blast are still visible in Hiroshima, which hosts the G7 leaders' summits from Friday to Sunday. The atomic bomb dome, the chill of the blast hit Hiroshima Prefectural Industrial Promotion Hall stands in the heart of the city as a lasting reminder of the devastating power of nuclear weapons. Kishida, whose political constituency is in Hiroshima, faces an arduous battle to turn his vision into reality at a time when nuclear proliferation and the threat of a nuclear war appear to be only increasing. Russia has on multiple occasions threatened to use nuclear weapons since it started its war in Ukraine. North Korea's nuclear weapons program, despite the international sanctions and admonition, it has gone from strength to strength. Clearly, there is no signal that the world's other confirmed or assumed nuclear powers, including the United States, Russia, the United Kingdom, France, China, Pakistan, India, and Israel, will give up their nuclear arsenals in the predictable future. Kishida will nonetheless have a powerfully symbolic stage for his anti-nuclear message in Hiroshima. Conveying the reality of the nuclear attack is important as a starting point for all nuclear disarmament efforts, Kishida said in an interview with local media earlier this week. With the G7 summit set to be taking control by Russia's war in Ukraine and concerns about China's growing assertiveness, anticipations are low for any important breakthrough in curtailing nuclear weapons, such as commitments by countries to decrease nuclear stockpiles or enhance transparency about their arsenals. Kishida is scheduled to greet the G7 leaders, including United States President Joe Biden, the leader of the only country to ever use nuclear weapons in war, at the Peace Memorial Park built to commemorate the victims of the attack. And over the weekend, the G7 leaders are expected to visit the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Museum, which includes lots of graphic images of those murdered and injured in the blast, amid atomic bomb survivors known in Japan as Hibakusha. As the world becomes more bipolar, it is essential to know the reality of the atomic bombing, said Hiroshima Mayor